Hey guys, Metallicaloid28 here, once again giving you guys another video. This time is going to be on the 2014 Mets season, not the off season, but the season. Yes, the regular season is finally here. Now, before I start this video, I just want to apologize that I haven't, done a video for you guys like I promised I was going to for opening day. I've been having a couple problems with my computer in the last week, but I got it back, everything's all good, and I'm set to go to continue with my videos, so I'm not going to go anywhere anytime soon, guys. So once again, I do apologize for that, but I did promise you the video, and I wasn't able to give it to you, but I'm going to make up for it, and I'm going to do the video right now. Not really so much on opening day, but more for the start of the regular season. So let's get to it. Actually, thank God I didn't do a video on opening day, because you probably would have seen me rant on how awful the Mets have played that not only that day, but have played the entire three-game series against the Washington Nationals. I mean, holy fuck. The Mets... Give me a second. Whew. The Mets have been playing so poorly that I can't even fathom them being this bad. I don't remember the Mets being this bad in a long time. I mean, maybe since 2003. That was the last year I remember the Mets being that bad. Do I expect the Mets to be this bad throughout the season? Of course not. I do not at all. I still am optimistic about the season. I support everything I said in my off-season videos, 1 through 4. It was disappointing seeing the Mets not sign guys like Nelson Cruz, who only got $8 million to go play for Baltimore. It was sad to see them not even go out and get a shortstop, whether it was signing Steven Drew, who's still not signed, by the way, or go and trade for another shortstop like the two guys from Arizona or Seattle. Really upset about that. But what's funny is how the things we thought would be a problem for the Mets this year is not even the problem. Or should I say, let me rephrase that, it's not even the main problem. The main problem for the Mets this season, what it looks like it's going to be, is the fucking bullpen. Now, guys, I don't know about you and the rest of the Mets fans out here. Who the fuck saw them winning? They could have won this entire series. Who saw the fact that the Mets had a close game every single game of this series, and the bullpen fucked it up? They fucked it up so bad, it's pathetic how bad the Mets bullpen fucked it up. I mean, come on. Scott Rice, Carlos Torres, what the fuck are they doing in his bullpen? And then Parnell goes down after the first game. I mean, now he's on the DL. He might require Tommy John surgery. He might be out for the whole year. Like, are you kidding me? Valverde's looked okay, but then they bring up Kyle Farnsworth. I mean, fucking shit. This bullpen is so bad. It is so bad. And the Mets have no hope of this season ever coming back to them if they don't fix this right away. And I've been hearing rumblings now that a lot of fans are calling for the young guys to come up now. Not later, now. They want to do what the Cardinals usually do. So, I do agree with this. I do feel like if the Mets can follow the Cardinals' model of bringing up the young flamethrowers that they have in their system, who are touted to be starters, but they start them in the bullpen to season them out, I think that's a great idea. I mean, whenever you do something the Cardinals do, you know it's the right thing. I mean, there's nothing bad about doing what the Cardinals do right. I mean, obviously, they're the perfect example of the perfect franchise, especially in the National League. So, if I'm the Mets, I model my game plan after what the Cardinals have done in the past couple years. Look at what they have done with their closer that they brought up, the flamethrower Trevor Rosenthal. You know, when they brought up Carlos Martinez, and they brought up Joe Kelly and Shelby Miller. They brought those guys up in the bullpen first, okay? And out of all those guys, Miller and Kelly are in the rotation now. You know, so I don't see why the Mets can't do that. We have a guy in Rafael Montero that's sitting down there in AAA lighting up the fucking place. Did you see his first start yesterday on Thursday? The guy threw 6 scoreless innings with 5 Ks, no walks. I mean, Jesus Christ. And he threw like 57 out of 70 pitches for strikes. That's insane. And this guy is in AAA right now in Vegas. Why the fuck is he not up right now? Like, seriously. It's just, ugh. And then the other guy, too, Vic Black. I know he had a rough spring. But he's definitely better than any bullpen piece we have right now, including Valverde. And then, of course, there's also Jacob deGrom, who's touted to be a pitching prospect for us as well, who can come up. There's a guy in Jack Leathersich as well, who's a flamethrower. I mean, all these guys need to come up now. So this is my prediction of what I think the Mets are gonna do. They're gonna send down. They're gonna send Bobby Parnell. Bobby Parnell is gonna go on the 15-day deal, or unless he did already. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, he did actually. So he's on the DL. Valverde is gonna be their closer. And this is how they're going to do it. They're going to shake things up. Okay? They're going to send, I think they should send down Kyle Farnsworth, Scott Rice, Carlos Torres. Okay? Those three guys. And bring up Rafael Montero, Jacob deGrom, and Vic Black. Right there. That makes the bullpen so much better. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I don't want to hear this whole thing about, oh, the lefty specialist is Rice. And this guy's a journeyman, man. Come on, this guy sucks. This guy, the Mets bullpen is all finesse. They have no flamethrowers right now. They're all in the minors. You got to bring up heat in the bullpen to succeed. I think the Mets can escape with a bullpen with Valverde as their closer, at least for now. I do think they can escape with him because Valverde, I do feel like he has some left in the tank. I mean, everyone thought last year that LaTroy Hawkins was a horrible move, and look how good he ended up being for us. Too bad we let him go. I think the same can happen to Valverde, if not even better, because he has the experience at closer, obviously, and he has the experience of being on a winning team, obviously, with the Tigers. So this guy has been a closer for a while. You know, this guy was really good. So I don't think it's that far off to say that he's going to have a good year. But I am not going to stretch it and say Kyle Farnsworth is, because Kyle Farnsworth is God-right awful. So if you're the Mets, what you do, you have Valverde be your closer. Just forget Parnell. Honestly, I love Parnell, but this guy keeps getting hurt one way or another. He's never going to be the future closer of the Mets, as like the Mets wanted him to be. I think they should just shut the door on Parnell for good to be the closer. I don't think they should rely on him to be the closer ever again. Like, I'm so serious. I think they should let him get his Tommy John surgery, let him recover, take a year to recover, obviously, and he'll be back sometime in the middle of next year. And he can come back in the bullpen as a middle reliever, 7th or 8th inning guy. He is no longer the closer of the Mets, and even for the future, I don't think they should rely on him. What I think they should do for this year, though, keep Valverde as your closer until the trading deadline, okay? Use Vic Black. Yeah, I would say use Vic Black as your 8th inning guy. Excuse me. Use Familia as your 7th inning guy, because he's a good piece of the bullpen, in my opinion. He's a flamethrower. Keep Montero and deGrom as your middle relievers. Okay, wow, that already sounds great. I love it. Keep Gonzalez Herman in the bullpen. He's a good young guy too. And John Lannon be your lefty in the bullpen. Now, if you need a lefty specialist, then you bring up Jack Leathersich as well and carry an 8-man bullpen, which the Mets clearly can do. That right there, yes, it's a very young bullpen, but you got two guys in that bullpen who are veterans who are going to anchor the opposite ends of it. The opposite ends, meaning the long relief and the closer role, are going to be occupied by veterans. The long relief by John Lannon and the closer by Jose Valverde. Okay, those are really, really important spots in the bullpen, and to have veterans possess those spots is key for the Mets bullpen to succeed. And then have the 8th inning guy be Black, just like he was last year. I mean, this guy was terrific last year. Who cares if he had a bad spring? This guy is the real deal. This guy is great. He could even be the closer, you know? But let's let him settle in first as the 8th inning guy. Then use you can use Familia or Montero as a 7th inning guy, and then the other one could be the middle relief guy. deGrom definitely for middle relief, Herman definitely for middle relief, and then Jack Leathersich, your lefty specialist, and Lannon, your long man. So that's my take on the bullpen. It's been very, very good to see Tejada have a good start. I mean, this guy has had a good start. Let's not deny this. Ruben Tejada has had a great start at shortstop this year for the Mets. His defense has been okay. His bat has been even better. Okay, and he looks relaxed. So that's a great sign. A better sign is Juan Lagares. I mean, this guy can't be coming out of the gate any better than he is right now. He hit a home run on opening day. He's hit all over the place. Okay, he's run the bases extremely well. His defense is obviously above all the rest. This guy is the present and future center fielder of the New York Mets. I strongly believe so. I believe this guy is gonna blossom into a Carlos Gomez, who is on the Milwaukee Brewers right now. This is what the Mets have. He doesn't have as much speed as Gomez, but the rest of his game is exactly the same. I mean, great defensive center. He can hit for average. He can run the bases well. He can steal bases. This guy, the energy, he can hit at the top of the lineup. This guy is the real deal. Juan Lagares is the real deal, and I'll be so fucking pissed if the Mets don't continue to start this guy in center field instead of when Chris Young comes back instead of Eric Young. I mean, Eric Young is nothing more than a fourth outfielder utility type of guy. Okay, a guy that can pinch run on occasion. He can give you the occasional bunt. He had a great year last year, but his on base percentage was poor. And the whole reason why they don't want Lagares starting in center field is because they want Eric Young's bat to be leadoff in the lineup. How can you justify him batting leadoff with a 310 on base percentage? That's extremely low for a leadoff guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rather, even though Juan Lagares was a lot lower, I'd rather have Juan Lagares' glove in the outfield, okay, and his bat than Eric Young Jr. I'm sorry. I think the Mets lineup would be much better off with Juan Lagares in center field leading off. That's my opinion, and it's a lot of people's opinion. They're going to agree with me on that, because the Mets offense has done fine with Juan Lagares in center field, okay? Unfortunately, right now, Chris Young is hurt, and he hasn't been starting, and that has prompted the Mets to bring in Eric Young into the outfield starting, along with Juan Lagares and Curtis Granderson. But I would definitely say that even when Chris Young comes back, slide his ass in left field, keep Granderson in right, don't move him, and leave Lagares in center field leading off, okay? At least for the time being. He's not a natural leadoff guy, but right now the Mets don't have any other choice, in my opinion. Now, this is where my predictions that I made in the offseason, I'm going to repeat them, and I still believe the Mets need to do this. Shortstop. As much as Tejada has started off the season very well, go out and get your shortstop. What's going to happen is this. Come June, Noah Syndergaard is going to come up after the Super 2 arbitration eligible deadline is, whatever that is. It's early June. He's going to come up and he's going to fill a rotation spot, right? We thought Nice was going to be here for a long time, so it seems like he's not. He's going to be in a rotation come Sunday. So the Mets rotation right now is going to be full. So when Syndergaard comes up, whose spot is he going to take? Is it going to be Dylan G or is it going to be Henry Mejia? Most likely it's going to be Henry Mejia. So this is what I propose. Go and call Arizona and ask for their shortstop, Chris Owings. You know they want a catching prospect in return, and you know they want a starter or a pitching prospect in return. So what I propose is that since Mejia's not going to have any more room to be on this team, as much as I love Mejia, he's not going to be thrown into the bullpen because we already saw how that did not work the last couple of years. I mean, the Mets have messed this guy up, basically, okay? But he has a lot of potential in him. I think if he has a fresh start somewhere else to an organization that really knows how to treat their pitching prospects, he will thrive because this guy has the stuff to do it, and he has the velocity, and he has the poise, the stamina, everything. This guy is going to be really good. I see him more like a middle rotation type of guy, like John Nice. So why not trade Henry Mejia and the catching prospect, not Darno, Kevin Plawecki, to Arizona for shortstop Chris Owings? That's a very reasonable deal. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, we're giving up too much, but you know what? Sometimes you have to give a lot to get a lot, and I think Chris Owings is the real deal. In Chris Owings, you're going to get a guy who has great defense, who has a above average bat for a shortstop, and most importantly, a guy that can lead off. I mean, this is going to be a natural leadoff guy for the Mets at shortstop for the first time that they've never had since Jose Reyes. So if you're the Mets, you strike this deal in a hurry. Right there, the Mets lineup will look so dramatically different. It's not even funny. You would slide Lagares all the way from batting leadoff to batting 8. And this is how the lineup would be. I would say Chris Owings first at shortstop, Daniel Murphy batting second at second, David Wright batting third at third, Granderson cleaning up at right field, Chris Young batting fifth in left field, Ike Davis batting sixth in first base, Darno batting seventh in catcher, and then Juan Lagares batting eighth at center field. Why not? Why not do that? Now that's one prediction I'm going to make. Another one I would say is the Mets have to really evaluate what's going on at first base and catcher. They have a surplus at first base, okay? And Satin is fine, but they can't carry Davis and Duda anymore. Something's got to give. Either they send Duda down to AAA, or they trade his ass, okay? And I don't care if you even trade him for a bullpen piece, or even cash, or even a sixth round pick. I don't care. He needs to go because this whole platooning of 3 first basemen is unreal. I've never heard of that before. So if I'm the Mets, I keep Ike Davis, because I feel like he's gonna have a good year. I really do. I really do think he's gonna come around and get rid of like Lucas Duda. And then for catching, they need to get a veteran backstop to give a little bit of pressure to Darno to perform well. Because I feel like since he just got handed the job, it's sort of like what the Jets did with Mark Sanchez. He came in and he was just handed the job. He had no good backup quarterback to even challenge him. I feel the same thing's going on with Darno. He has no good backup catcher to surround him with talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have no talent behind him. Wrecker is the backup catcher. He's not going to pose a threat to Darno. Darno knows that. He knows his job is safe. It's like the same thing with Tejada. When Tejada came in, when Reyes left, he had no one competing with him for shortstop. Okay, and he took it, and he did not take advantage of that. Okay, and he performed poorly. Darno is performing poorly. Get yourself a veteran backstop to even pose a threat to Darno, and maybe he would perform a lot better to the standards that he's supposed to. So right there, the Mets would be a lot better in terms of the bullpen, in terms of the lineup. And then mid-season, the Mets are maybe two splash moves away from being a contender. Now, before the trading deadline, why can't the Mets go out then and trade for a closer? You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, the rotation will be full with Colon and Wheeler and Neese and G and Syndergaard. And then, you have the guys in the bullpen, hopefully, Montero, DeGrom. You have Leatherstitch, you have Vic Black, you have Familiar Herman, Valverde, Landon. Why don't you go out and trade one of those guys, trade somebody for another closer, for maybe a team that's not going to do so well? Like, why don't you go out and call up Chicago, not the Cubs, the White Sox, and go out and get their closer, Nate Jones, or call another team, Arizona. They have J.J. Putz, they have Addison Reed. Why don't you go out and get a J.J. Putz and bring him back to New York? They got to do something. Because Valverde's not going to be able to close the entire year. He can close for now, but not for the entire year. So let me know what you guys think about my predictions, about my video. I am very happy to be back with you guys. I'm going to create more videos for you guys as always. And let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think the Mets' flaws have been so far throughout this first series of the year when they got swept by the Nationals? Do you think their main concern has to be the bullpen? Do you think it's still the lineup? Do you think it's the rotation even? The bench? Shortstop, first base, catcher, the outfield? What do you think it is? My opinion, like I said, is the bullpen has to come first now. And do you guys think that is right for the Mets to rush these guys? Rush Montero and DeGrom? I mean, is it panic mode right now for the Mets? What do you guys think? Let me know in your comments below. Keep subscribing to my channel so my channel could get, a lot better and have a lot more videos coming up for you guys. A lot more viewers. And I will be happy to keep giving you guys videos for the Mets. I mean, there's not that many Mets videos out on YouTube right now. So I'm trying my best to give you guys all I can. So, because I know how Mets fans are. We are we're really impatient with this team, and it's like we're in a black hole of Mets baseball. But it's also like we have the light at the end of the tunnel. We're just not able to reach it. It's that type of deal. So it's a really depressing time to be a Mets fan, and I'm just trying to express some joy. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments below, and I will, obviously respond to you guys as quick as I can. All right. So that's it for me. My next video will probably be a couple of weeks from now. I'll probably do it 2 weeks from now, see what the Mets have been doing lately, because this month of April is a tough month for them. So I don't expect a winning record in April at all, because right now they're going to be playing Cincinnati over the weekend. Then they're going to have to play Atlanta, the Angels, Arizona, Atlanta again, and then St. Louis. So this is a tough April for the Mets. So I'll probably do a video sometime around the Atlanta series, which is like next week's, and see what the progress has been. See if they even brought up Montero at that point. Who knows? So that's it for me. I'm Metallica28, guys, and I'm out. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you later.